Hello everyone, you're watching Valley Homes on TV. I'm Debbie Giordano, your host for today, and Todd Flesner is here, our perennial co-host. And
yeah, it's good to see you again, Debbie. Why don't you tell folks when we air so that they know when they can tune in if they miss the show that they normally watch.
Right, on Channel 26, we air on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
All right, terrific.
Yeah,
well,
terrific.
We have a great guest today.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and we can tell by the uniform who we have. They have
Yeah.
our Chief of Police here, Dennis Graham, Chief of Police in Milpitas, and we're delighted to have him find out a little bit more about what's up in our neighborhoods here, about crime rates, statistics that folks who are looking to buy real estate in Milpitas really care about.
Absolutely, and of course those factors impact values and the community, the amenities within the community, and we're going to talk about crime rates and other kind of things. Dennis, thanks for taking the time to show up.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It's my pleasure.
And first time you've been on TV, I understand.
That's right, first time in a TV studio.
Oh yeah, that's great. We'll have a good time just chatting today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Todd,
terrific.
what did you have down on your list?
Well, I thought we could just start talking just generally about public safety in Milpitas. And as we think about the general area and folks have choices about where do they live, talk about Milpitas and the relative safety of our Milpitas community. How safe a place is Milpitas to live?
Milpitas is very safe. In fact, just last year in 2008, we had our lowest crime rate on record in the city. Our records go back to 1970.
If I understand, believe the last 3 years had declined.
Yes.
Continuing to
that's
decline.
correct. The crime rate has gone down for the last 3 years. And we had the lowest overall crime rate since at least 1970. And also we had the lowest violent crime rate since 1972.
So now, are there actions that the police force has taken that you can attribute to that to, or are there other external factors? I mean, what do you kind of peg that to, the fact that crime rate here is low and continues to drop?
I think it's because we're a full-service police department. We provide a lot of different programs and services to the community. We're very close to our community, and we also study crime trends, and myself and my entire command staff and representatives from detective, patrol, all of our watch commanders, we meet once every 2 weeks specifically to look at what's happening in Milpitas in terms of crime and crime trends, or crime trends that are occurring regionally in the area, to figure out how we can best address those.
Well, let me ask you then, how is the staffing level of our city in the police department compared to other cities? Are we understaffed, or are we right where we should be, and maybe that's helping the crime rate to remain low? Or
we're comparable to other cities. The ratio of number of officers to citizens will vary in different cities for a variety of reasons, but we're comparable to nearby cities such as San Jose, for example.
Okay.
So now, are our crime statistics better here, or lower, I should say, than perhaps in San Jose or other surrounding
That's a good question.
cities?
Yeah, the comparison to the other cities.
I'm glad you asked that, and I think first you got to look at the fact that we are in an extremely safe region nationally. And in fact, right here in Santa Clara County, it's one of the safest counties in the nation for suburban or urban areas.
Oh, interesting.
And that's just for starters. And then if you look at our crime rates and how they compare to other nearby cities, it's very favorable, especially one that we really have been tracking more closely than any other crime in the last few years is residential burglaries. Because that's where I think safety starts. It's probably our average citizen's primary concern. They want to be safe in their own homes. And when we look at the residential crime rates, that's the number of incidents per 1,000 residents, we compare very favorably with nearby cities. If we take Palo Alto, which is a very affluent, very wealthy city in our county and a little bit smaller than us, our residential crime rate has been lower than theirs for the last several years.
That's amazing. Actually, you have an office out there.
My office is over in Palo Alto. I'm there all the time, and that's great news to know that
is good news.
Where I live here is.
I think that's a hidden secret. I don't think people would really know that. So.
And we're much lower also than the two cities that adjoin us, which is San Jose and Fremont.
Okay. Well, Chief, let me just interject and ask you. So, where basically do you focus your efforts then in terms of law enforcement here in the city?
In terms of patrol, it's high visibility and putting our officers where the recent crime trends have been to try to prevent them from occurring or to slow them down and catch the people that are doing it. But we
I know you
also
have a presence at the mall, the Great Mall.
We have a
One-
substation at the mall. We have 4 officers assigned to daytime and nighttime shifts, including on the weekends. And then we also have a very close relationship with the school district. And we have officers, of course, in our DARE program, and we have school resource officers out at Milpitas High School.
Well, one of the things I read on a consistent basis is our Milpitas Post, and they always have the little blotter in there, the police blotter. One of the things I notice is a lot of times the incidents that are reported there are from folks who are outside of Milpitas coming into Milpitas. Is that an accurate portrayal, really, of where a lot of the incidents are? Or is it folks who are within our community?
Well, there's some of both, but it's true that Milpitas is a crossroads, and we have a lot of people coming to Milpitas and through Milpitas to get to their jobs. And we also have a very rich commercial sector in Milpitas, major regional shopping mall, and a lot of other shopping in addition to that. So you track a lot of people from outside of Milpitas.
So now, do you have then programs where you work closely then with other jurisdictions in that regard in terms of profiling of, I don't know, the profile people, but yeah, taking a look at, where those incidents may be occurring, and are there ways that you interact with other local agencies?
Yes, we're in regular contact with our other local agencies to address just those crime trends that you're talking about.
Okay, let's switch gears. My favorite topic, budget.
Right.
In terms of the budget, where do you folks fit in terms of the budgeting crisis and the amount that's allocated here with the city?
Right. The City of California issue is in the forefront, I think, for a lot of folks in terms of we don't have a budget as the time we're airing here.
Yes.
Correct.
I mean, is there an impact in that? And how does the city budget process?
And how would that impact your department, per se?
Well, I would say one of the biggest concerns we have right now, if you look at the California state before they're arrested. So you're talking about a lot more potential crime if those prisoners are released. So the California Police Chiefs Association and our County Police Chiefs Association are actively sending a message to Sacramento that asking them to find other ways to save money.
When you talk about the prisons, and you talk about statewide, let's look at the local, at the Elmwood facility here in Milpitas. Is any impact on the community felt from that facility there?
Well, there are occasional escapes from there, but honestly in recent years that hasn't been a problem like it was if you go back 10, 15, 20 years ago. And we have a good working relationship with the people who run the jail. In fact, I meet with the Chief of Corrections at Flores every month at the County Police Chiefs meeting.
Oh, good.
So he's always keeping us updated on what they're doing with jails. We have the occasion to offer any suggestions
great,
to
Chief.
try to keep things safe.
That's great.
Good. So issues like release from that facility don't severely impact our local community? Or?
They don't severely impact the local community. Every occasional, once in a while, there is an issue, but we have that ability to address it.
Chief, one of my favorite programs is the DARE program. Can you let the folks know out there what that program is and how effective it's been?
I consider it one of the most effective things that we've done in the city and in the police department. What the DARE program is a 10-week course of instruction taught by our police officers, a select few who have been specially trained. And what they do is teach kids, and it's 5th graders. We teach it at the 5th grade level in every school in Milpitas.